Hello and welcome to Living in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm Evan Deal with the Lead Icon team in eXp Realty, and today we are in beautiful McCordsville, Indiana. I'm going to take you around this absolutely booming suburb. We're going to look at neighborhoods, we're going to look at the amenities here and why McCordsville is such a great place to live. But before we get into that, leave a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so that you're kept in the loop on everything happening in and around the Circle City. Indianapolis, this place we love and call home. McCordsville, this place we love. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're starting out in McCordsville's Townhall Park. So this is one of the many really nice green spaces throughout McCordsville. There are parks aplenty, and I'll definitely show you several of those. Not only that, but just north of us is the Geist District. So you have a number of different types of amenities here. You have the developing community amenities, you know, stores, apartments, new housing developments, but then you also have some of the natural beauty of McCordsville. Whether you like the agrarian vibe and you like, you know, cornfields, soybean fields, we've got that. Those are aplenty in Hancock County, but you also have nice green spaces like this. In the north, you have Geist. You have Geist Reservoir. If you love boating, McCordsville comes right up to that. And not only that, there's tons of trees and trails in and around Geist as well. So check out this beautiful field behind me. You got the water tower up there, and that's actually McCordsville's Town Hall as well. So what do you need to know about McCordsville? Why should you move here? Well, one of the key reasons is all of the development going on here. This is one of the most popping suburbs in and, you know, all around Indianapolis. And why is that? So, you know, Fishers has been an extremely popular place to move to over the past several years, a couple decades really. And there's not a whole lot of places left to go in Fishers. There are some new build communities, you know, we've featured them on this channel, but those are few and far between in Fishers proper now. So what you see is a lot of people who want to move to the east or northeast are moving to the McCordsville area because there's opportunity here. There's a ton of land. And so you've seen the population explode in McCordsville. And with that, there are tons of new opportunities. So if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I love looking at the new builds in McCordsville. If you want to look at them too, let me know. Let's go together because it's a great time. And if you're looking to move to the area, it could be a more affordable option that's, you know, on the north side or near the north side compared to some of the others. So, you know, like where you could build on Westfield. So with that, you just see a lot of opportunity and a lot of excitement in the area. So not only are there new communities, and we'll touch on some of those communities as we go, but you also have the McCord Square District. The McCord Square District is where the new downtown of McCordsville is going to be. So as you can see, I'm at Town Hall right now, but I'm in the middle of this beautiful park. It's a field, right? McCordsville has historically been a very small town vibe. It's a little bit further off the map than some of the other suburbs. It's a little bit harder to get to. There's not a direct interstate that's going to take you into the heart of McCordsville. You know, with Fishers, Noblesville, you know, right off the interstate. Carmel, right off the interstate. There's major highways. McCordsville is a little more deliberate if you want to get here. So if you're looking for a place with a little extra separation, you know, from the big city of Indianapolis, from the pretty big city of, you know, Fishers, McCordsville is a great option for that. And this area is developing to have additional amenities. Let's go around and take a look at some of the different areas around McCordsville. We'll pop into different communities, take a look at some of the infrastructure and why people choose to live here. All right, so we are walking down kind of the main area here in downtown McCordsville. And as you can see, it's not as developed as a lot of the other downtowns in and around Indianapolis, you know, where McCordsville is still developing that unique identity. You know, something they're trying to avoid is just being an extension of other areas. And I think they're gonna really achieve that with the McCord Square District because McCordsville does have its own unique feel. Even though it's nearby Fishers and it's nearby Geist, it's not those areas, and it definitely feels different. So you have kind kind of that agrarian feel from McCordsville's historic, downtown and purpose, where it's more agricultural based. But what you see right now is kind of a very simple downtown, right? I got like the CVS behind me. There's gas station. You got a Culver's. It's nothing too flashy right now. There are local businesses, local restaurants peppered throughout McCordsville. Here I'm gonna show you one right behind me. You got Coffee at the Crossing here if you like your caffeine in the morning. A good place to stop. There is major IU Health just up ahead. Let's get a little closer before we look. But McCordsville is on its way up. You continue to see new development. There are new buildings popping up. And if you haven't been able to tell by the street noise, there is a lot of construction in the area. So with construction comes some of the headaches of that, the pains of growth, and that's okay. If you want to be part of the ground floor and part of that development in the area, this is a good time to do it. Yeah, check out that amazing health system behind me. Not every suburb has that, and it's like a brand new building. So there's a lot to like here in McCordsville. Let's go check out more. So we are now in the new beating heart of McCordsville. This is the McCord Square district. So behind me, you can see the McCord Square apartments, and these are brand new, beautiful apartment buildings that are now leasing. Actually, I think there's plenty of vacancies as they continue to expand out the area, but the whole district here is under development. There's lots where you can see it laid out and mapped for the buildings that are coming. We looked at the IU Health building, we looked at the other office building up here where you see a number of different businesses moving in. McCord Square is featuring mixed use spaces. So even right here in the McCord Square apartments, you have maple breakfast and brunch. So you can head down from your apartment, get yourself some delicious breakfast. But there is tons of commercial land here available, and this is what McCordsville is developing as their new downtown. And you can see it's got a lot of the nice modern features that you see around Indianapolis suburbs. So check this out. We have, just sitting here in the middle, we got a couple little swings. Everything's got that really fresh, sort of black coat of paint to it that's really popular right now. And there's just a lot of green space here as well. So it's not a big zone of nothing but buildings, but it's a total mixture that forms a cohesive downtown. I mean, check this out. Look at this central park area. Just trees, grass everywhere. These new buildings are gorgeous. And you're gonna continue to see not only McCordsville as a whole, but this specific area build up over the next few years. So if you're looking to start a business or expand your business, look at the McCord Square district, because population continues to grow within McCordsville, and this is going to be one of the key areas you see. So check out behind me. Closer to the street, at the beginning of the district, you already have a giant sort of mixed use commercial space. It smells really good in there. But this area is really booming, and you're going to see more and more development here, because we've looked at Fishers in the past. Fishers is the nearest big city outside of course, Indianapolis. And in Fishers, you already have the Fishers district. You have the Nickel Plate district, and there's a ton of development, and they continue to expand in Fishers. But if you're looking to expand out, that's where McCordsville comes into play. And McCordsville is developing its own identity, its own spaces, and it will stand apart from what you see in other suburbs in and around Indianapolis. Check this out. If you have an EV, maybe you're driving a Cybertruck around. I see a lot of those around Geist Reservoir. Yeah, you got your charging station here too. Just beautiful green spaces throughout. While we're here, let's dive into some of the facts about McCordsville. So, I've talked about what McCordsville is becoming. What is it currently? So the schools here are Mount Vernon schools. That's kind of the southern part of Geist and all of McCordsville. So they are typically well regarded. Check out the rankings on, like a niche.com. But they are, well looked at. So you have those. We're just outside of kind of Lawrence schools which are more Indianapolis based. Lawrence is its own area, but they are distinct feeling areas and distinct school districts as well. Whoa, check this out. Oh my, it's absolutely beautiful here. And outside of that, if you're looking at employers in the area, you don't have a ton of like headquarters here in McCordsville. That's, like I mentioned, it's a really agrarian area historically, and it's developing, and there are more businesses coming to the area, but commute wise, you'll be looking at hopping downtown to Indianapolis, which can get a little tricky because there's not a direct interstate into McCordsville, but that does give you a little more privacy, a little bit less traffic than you might get in some other areas. Also, plenty of places headquartered in Fishers and Carmel. Those are easy commutes from McCordsville, especially over to Fishers. So behind me, you see the McCordsville Police Department off in the distance, ready to help at a moment's notice of anything going on in the McCord Square District. But this is McCordsville in a whole. It is an area that is on the come up. It is an area that has historically been like a small town USA type of feel, but it's moving into that more developed suburb vibe. And there's a lot of development to come. And with that development comes more people and more housing. So let's check out a couple of the neighborhoods here in McCordsville. To show you what some of the new housing looks like in McCordsville, I wanted to take a trip here to Vintner's Park. This is a Drees home community, and it's a little more upscale than some of the other new construction neighborhoods you'll see. And with Drees, they have a lot more options. And fun fact about them, you can build on your own lot. So if you're looking for more of a private lot in McCordsville, there's plenty of land available here. So you could actually build a Drees home there if you like the homes. But we've actually covered this exact neighborhood on the channel before, and it's not the only of its kind. There are other neighborhoods here in McCordsville up in the northern Geist section where you can build. And these are a little bit more expensive than the ones that are closer to the south or middle of McCordsville, but the homes here are really, really nice. And definitely, if you haven't checked out the new build videos for McCordsville on our channel, be sure to take a look. But check out this beautiful neighborhood behind me. You've got the pond, you've got all these gorgeous houses. But why is it Vintner's Park? Well, behind me, you can see Daniel's Winery. So this is a cool local, winery and event venue here in McCordsville, where they obviously do lots of wine-related events. You can host private events there. They have live music. They have Harvest Festival. Just a really cool local place here in McCordsville. So McCordsville is not devoid of things to do. You would think with an up-and-coming area, maybe it's a little more limited than some areas, and I would say that is probably the case, but there's still plenty of great local businesses. There's restaurants, and there's more coming within the McCord Square District as well. So if you want to be part of what's happening in McCordsville, of this great population explosion, of new businesses coming to the area, now is a great time to move to McCordsville, or at least check it out. And if you're interested in doing that, be sure to let me know. All my information is below. The best thing we can do is either meet up in person or hop on the Zoom and talk about what your goals are, whether it's McCordsville related or somewhere else. I just love, to talk, get to know you. And even if you're not ready to move, I'd still love to meet you. Leave some comments below. Where should we cover next? Let me know. We've covered McCordsville. I've shown you the beautiful areas here, some of the parks, some of the neighborhoods. It really is a tremendous place to move to. It's a lot more cost effective than some of the other areas right now, sort of on the north side of Indianapolis. And there's lots of new build opportunities. I love new builds. So with that, if this was helpful, if you're thinking about McCordsville, leave a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you're kept in the loop on everything happening in and around Indianapolis, in and around McCordsville, this circle city that we love and call home. With that, I'm Evan Deal with the Lead Icon team and eXp Realty, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.